It ain't gonna turn that tight.
What's that?
Just bottomed out.
Oh, I thought that thing on the top was coming off.
Nah, it just bottomed out. Coming up, it bottomed out, going down. You
Good, come on back. Go hard.
Wait till you see the story where I've got these beams at. It's really cool. These suckers are old.
what? Come get in, I'm good. There, come get in.
Little traps, we'll stick cat food in them. Because, I mean, there's nothing to hold them. Cat food, tuna fish, chicken liver.
This one right here is probably one of the coolest stories for me personally. We was actually going looking for some crawfish. You know, some of my buddies said they saw some crawfish that long. I mean, they were like big crawfish. I'm not talking about I'm talking about like when they spread their arms, it was literally the size of my hand. They were big. So we wanted to catch some because yeah, I'll eat some crawfish. So, and you can go buy them, but it's funner catching them. It really is.
What? Alright, there, you come get in, I'm good. There, come get in.
What's that?
Bottomed out.
I thought that thing on the top was coming
Nah, it
off.
just bottomed out. Coming up, it bottomed out, going down, you just didn't hear it.
Friends and family, what else do you have if you don't have friends and you don't have family?
Baby turtle's right here, baby.
Is he? Dang sure is.
Here. Down out here. The light. There's a log in here somewhere. Right here, I feel it. There we go. I got it. Look at that log. Look at that thing. That was from the bridge here.
You don't see them like this right here.
No, you don't. Look right here, where it looks like where the cross members of the beam was right there on that. You see how there's a lot of weight right there on this distributing the load of the bridge. You see how it was cut right there?
Dude, like, I can smell the oil. It
Yeah.
smells like some 10-40. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Dude.
Look at it. Oh yeah.
Look at feel that. Dude. I mean, you can feel the oil in it.
That is nothing wrong with that wood at all. It'll probably lasted another 400 years in that swamp. That is crazy. So we took this drum to Namm, and everybody that walked by the booth, you know, of course I had to get everybody to sniff it. I'm kind of a smell. I like smelling different things.
What does it smell like to you? Smell that black part of it. Like an old railroad tie.
Yeah, like a
It's a creosote railroad tie.
This drum I played for the first time at Namm 2020. It was just set up on the drum set that they had displayed for the show. I sat down to play it and something really struck me about it. It felt almost as if when I hit the drum, that there was no wood. Like I could feel the air coming out of it. which is a really, really cool feeling. It is a big part of the reason why I knew I had to have that drum. There's something about it that keeps me inspired, which I feel like is a hard thing to find in just a piece of, music equipment, just a drum. So I kept hassling Michael to see if he would sell it to me, and he basically said, let's see. I had to fight him a little bit, but eventually I got it, and to date, this is my the favorite snare drum that I own. It's my favorite that I've ever played. It just has so much body, it has so much low end, and you can tune it to where the batter head there's basically no tension on it, and it gives you this like really, really fat, gushy, dry sound, and it's beautiful. It's made from an old railroad tie that got buried in a swamp, and back then the wood that they used for the railroad ties was treated with these chemicals that basically made it so it didn't rot. So when it got buried, it just didn't start to disintegrate even though it was underwater. And it is really a one-of-a-kind drum, and I'm very fortunate to be able to have it, because I don't think there will ever be another drum like this unless, Michael Outlaw goes and buys all those chemicals that are, I believe now, very illegal, and treats wood with them and buries that wood in a bog and somehow manages to recreate it, which I doubt that'll happen. But it is truly a one-of-a-kind drum, and I couldn't be happier.
What gets me is how unpredictable life can be. I mean, 1 minute we're looking for crawfish, the next minute you stub your toe on this log, the next minute you make something that really, truly somebody cherishes and loves for the rest of their life. I'm so glad that Jared got this drum, and I always kind of knew he was gonna get it just from when we talking on the phone. But when he sat behind the kit and I saw his face, I knew that there wasn't no pride in this drum. He's gonna have to get it, and it really just made my day, because Jared, he's been playing our drums for a long time. He's actually one of our artists, and he loves this kind of stuff, and just really fits nicely. And not to mention, that's the only one like it in the world. We must have sprayed this drum, I know, 50 times in the shop trying to cover up the smell, and there just wasn't no covering up the smell. Jared wanted to name the drum Stinky. I get it. That's a cool name. But I kind of like the crawfish drum. I mean, that's kind of where it migrated from, that crawfish name. This drum has a lot of memories. You remember that night when we got this?
Yep.
That wood out of this thing?
Yep. Crawfish.
We were crawfishing. Was not expected to do this. I really didn't want to sell this drum. No emotion when it comes to stuff like that. It's definitely, she'll grab a drum, box it up just so fast, and I'm just like, don't, she just cuts it off. It's gone, it's done. We got to get it out. She's more on the lines of the business planner to kind of help. We got to be able to make a profit.
Smell it.
You smell it now? It's stinky.
Like an old railroad tie.
Yeah, like a
Three or so, railroad tie.
Yeah.
What they used to use when they make wood, not